It's Week 7 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. He was perfect for them a week ago, getting a pair of touchdowns and some massive yardage. It's the Pats and the Seahawks, and it's coming right up on EA Sports.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. So here come the Patriots getting ready on offense. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. Again, it's Stevenson. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. And the rushing numbers for Stevenson from last week. 19 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Mason. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. And the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Here's 3rd and 7.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Here's Hurts to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. second down. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he works through. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about where one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Chubb diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end and come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt? Turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Possession back to the Patriots. Ramondre Stevenson headed out with the offense. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Off the play fake, Mason. He'll dump this down to Stevenson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Mason. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. They'll try the left side with Stevenson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
They'll try and run for the first with Stevenson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. But now he appears to be in some pain. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This one from 48 yards away. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They've just got to go seize it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. From the 43, here's 2nd and a couple. Play action. Here's Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and it's 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. You look at this Patriots defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. And they were right in that gray area on the edge of long field goal range, maybe too short to punt it. So the defense probably was expecting this was a possibility.
And in most cases, what you do on defense is you go to what they call punt safe. In other words, you leave your defense on the field, prepare for them to possibly go for it, and then you just have a little bit different responsibilities. You're not really trying to get a big return. You just want to make sure you get the ball back. But they fell asleep with the switch.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Hurts. This is caught. They're all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They'll run with Chubb. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try again with Chubb. And this time he is in. Nick Chubb, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now 14-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And they sit now at 500 on the year. And, Charles, this was a team that really looked lost in that first month or so of the season. But they have had the hot hand lately, winning 3 straight.
I would agree. It's almost hard to believe that this is the same team because we followed it pretty closely throughout this season. And early on, I thought this is going to be a really tough year for this crew. So plenty of credit to them for turning the ship around.
Stevenson gets it again on 2nd down.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mason. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Allen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Down right around the 25.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw it
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
And this one is right down the middle. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3 because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2.
There he goes, right side. Inside the 10, and all the way down, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. The Patriots ready to get the football back.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First down, Patriots.
Back to throw. Mason. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Mason finding Tolbert here over the middle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. That is caught. And he's got this down to the 35. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to Miami a week ago, and they've got the lead right now as they come up with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Brzee fought in and got him down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll drop to throw. Back to the same target, Campbell. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 37.
He'll look to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because he's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And a route is on here in this first half. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. New England trying to get to place on offense. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, New England.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And some room to work. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mason. Quick throw there is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Mason. Outright, he finds Tolbert. And the Patriots are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And this one is right down Broadway. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. And finally, a good one scheduled for Monday Night Football between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. We saw a solid first half out of the workhorse Nick Chubb. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground and added another on the receiving end for good measure. He was awesome.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's Hurts to throw. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
That's taken on the 25.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And the Patriots take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
They'll run with Stevenson to begin the drive.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now a throw here, hauled in. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, who can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
First down, New England.
On first down, Mason.
That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it.
Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 43-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Stevenson. Just a gain of a couple there. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Off play action. Mason.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Operating from the gun, Mason. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Up the middle, here's Stevenson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive.
They run once more with Stevenson.
And he is in. Touchdown, New England.
Ramondre Stevenson. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the 3rd quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. A solid stiff arm. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down.
62 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. That ball caught by Campbell. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Hurts throw here on target to Hurst.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Well, he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone.
Touchdown, Seahawks! Danny Gray from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Offense gets set to go, and there's Ramondre Stevenson.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Mason got his man there, complete to Gallup. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And a Patriot first down.
Now a handoff. Stevenson. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a first down.
First down, New England.
Looking to throw. Mason. And to the right side here, it's Allen. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 on the Seahawks 38-yard line.
On the handoff, Stevenson.
There's the stiff arm. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
112 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First down, Patriots.
Back to Stevenson on first down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
At the Seahawks 25-yard line.
Again, it's Stevenson.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
To throw on third down, Mason.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Stevenson. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft.
And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown.
A.J. Dillon,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Patriots are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Point after here coming up. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays.
And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out.
He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his 3rd touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yeah.
So right now, instead of work speed, it's
snail's pace.
Snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter.
On 1st down, Hurts. Campbell making the catch.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hurts.
Short throw underneath to Hurst. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. Going out wide, finds Chubb.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Howard. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 2nd and 6. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun, it's Hurts.
And that's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary, partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And his kick is good. After 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. New England's offense set to go. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Throwing to start the drive. Mason. Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3rd down and 6. Back to throw. Mason. They set up the screen for Stevenson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep here from Mechie. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. They'll drop to throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes.
And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And the lead is now 24.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Patriot offense back out, getting set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw on second down, Mason.
Caught left side by Mechie.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, New England.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
At the 48-yard line.
Looking to throw. Mason. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28.
First down, Patriots.
Now it's Stevenson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8. And they run with Stevenson.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
So the victory here for Seattle. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Seahawks, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for New England, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.